Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Clash of Lords 2. This episode we will be going back is going back to my base setup I had to do. So the game updated and there were a few things that you could get like points for the chest, and the higher you are on of the ranking, the more. And it's been a while since then. And until then, I've had used that, and also be based on the amount of days that you've played, how long you've been around in the game, because the game been around for at least 2 years. It says that I have been around playing for at least 597 days. So I think the game came out. It was like February 12 or something. I believe it was when everybody was like, I believe that was like 700 or 800 days ago. So 500, that's pretty good. It means I'm like a senior of this game. I mean, I look like it, but that's obviously because I've. This episode will be focusing on what happened. I'll be talking about what happened. So what happened was I got my towers up, my sniper towers as high as possible. You can see right now they're level 15, all of them right here, and I'm currently working on my magic towers. I'll go to my victory statues, and then which are 5, there should be 6 to buy victory statues, and then I will move on to my mortars. The mortars, my cannons. It will be my my reapers for last. As you can see right from the beginning, there are a lot more walls. The walls are actually a lot stronger now. I decided to make this magic tire on the inside, so now it covers everything around my base, from the back to the side to the front, everything 100% now. So there's very likely that there is an opening on my base right now because of how covered these sides are. At the when I first came out, I didn't realize that these hero halls were a lot but now that I'm back, I realize that they're so much smaller. And I used to put them out here, and I did this and over here, but then I didn't realize that when I do that, the heroes like Pengali over here, that's all the way in the back right here, he like front, etc. They don't have, they are not getting aggro, that's not getting audience, etc. So, but I mean, it would be good if they attack me straight in the front. They'll split into these two, and then they'll go for here, and they'll less likely hit a tower. They'll go mostly for the victory statues first. But then again, if they got past these two, most likely it means that they. So that is very unlikely that after they eliminate my heroes, they won't win the base. So what I've done is I've put them back because they're a lot smaller, and I don't know, I'll just put some walls inside over here to like distract or something. But yeah, you can tell I have a landslide. Yes, my hero halls, I've upgraded them to level 7. Little did you know, guys, but when you upgrade your stuff, you become so much stronger. Like, let's see right here, when you upgrade this to level 8, it says attack bonus 5 more percent and HP bonus on defense 10 more percent. So it gives your heroes, whatever heroes that you have placed down at that certain spot, it will give them 30, it will give it 40% damage of attack, and it will give it 80% of HP bonus. Huge. That is extremely huge. It plays such a big role. This actually plays a bigger role than than aids on certain heroes, because that means that you can have your a certain hero, like you have Ambrosia, you can have her attack going from 1k to in a matter of just two upgrades in your hero house. She's standing on the hero level 10 right now, obviously, because she's the middle, she's the main thing, she's the main meat of my base, you know. So I got landslide, and I also you can also tell that my heroes also upgraded a bit. They got their troops are a lot more. Have For Pangoli, what happened when I was gone? He went to 25. He got 7 to 20 power in his Ragnar rocket. He didn't go up in Ares yet. He's very close to 110 level. I didn't do nothing about it because I wanted to keep it at that. You know how I am. So people attack me. They see that it's a low level. So they're like, oh, it's hero for my level, someone who doesn't who is a free to player with a free to play account. Same thing with Chiron over here. You know, he was at 6, but I brought him up to 7, so he's doing just the same amount of damage as Pangoli did when he first came out. And guys, you also want to focus on your Carabel. You see, Carabel is a insane, very great hero that you're underestimating. See, if you get this maxed out, 200 of it will be like 100% of damage reduction, like 200 of Carabel's HP, and like 100 of her attack, etc. It is insane. That's not even all. That's not what really makes Carabel such a great hero. She is everything. I will get to that in another video, but you can, if you really take a look at her stuff, like she summons a Yeti and stuns enemy within range, and like if you were to read that and think about it for a while, you will notice what I mean. But for now, we won't really go into that stuff. As of now, we will mostly talk about the magic towers of this base. So I got my towers to 15. They make my back strong. They make my side look strong. So I barely get attacked, and the walls are a lot stronger. So I focus on the weak points. You know, certain parts that when they attack, that naturally breaks down. So I force a lot more easier for them to walk around along the walls until the very front, the middle. I am now in Team Missouri. Obviously, I'm using a Kendo. I don't have the Android. I could with BlueStacks if you join in over to Kendo section right here. Other than that, the magic towers. Other than that, you can. That's pretty much it. The magic towers. I went around and talked to my friends, etc. You know, up here, my mates here, Clash Lords, and they said that around level Town Hall 9, that's when these bad boys kind of change colors. So I will stop at 10 just to be safe. Even if it is 9, I will stop at 10. You know, when I get these bad boys to 10, I will stop. They will be the very last level, because troops play a major role in the raids and the defenses. That is the most of the reason. That is why you lose raid, because troops, they're like, so many of them are one hero. They attack this so much, and so this is very very helpful. You should always try to get your towers that deal damage in terms of mass groups. Moving on to some more stuff that I missed about last time. So there were if you guys need to also pay attention for the new players. Really want to pay attention to these limited daily hot news, you know, especially the hot. Go to news and you will make sure to read around. Just take a look about it. If you didn't know, there's been a login with landslide shards, and that's how I got the landslide right now. And this landslide right here, this is how I got him. Actually no, this one is it was because of Clash Lord's second birthday. As you all know, everybody got a landslide because it was voted. It was one of the heroes that I voted for, you know. But I didn't like what IGG. I don't really kind of like what IGG did because not everybody has a landslide, so it makes rating a lot more difficult. Rather of it being, so it's just simply a lot more difficult. And I'm alright with everyone getting it, but then again, they could have made it to the point where it's like only the people who like voted, but then that wouldn't be quite alright. Or maybe they could have done it to the people that have stayed during those period of time when that event was up, so to make the game a lot more stable. Not everyone got a landslide. You can go around almost any base and there will be a freaking landslide staying right there for you. I will also talk about landslide, but it'll be in the next video. How some people believe that his Leo is a buff when it's actually a debuff. I know it's hard to believe, but I'll explain that later. So IGG turned 2, and we got all of these great things. We had the heroes, the 30% off sales and stuff, the 30% off in armor and gem to finishing off it is still around, but it was a lot better. So what I haven't touched on, and many of you have, but I want to say for the players that haven't been around much, is you had the building quest kind of thing, or you had to build and gain points, and the higher the points, or the more your world. And not much of a rank over here because this is I am playing on Kindle, and Kindle doesn't have much people, or on Amazon doesn't have much people as Android. But you're free to come over here, so it's a lot easier. But it is still the same thing. Everyone is still as OP as you may expect. Here here on Kindle and Amazon, we have like I said, there was the percentage off thing, and we came across the things that they've been given. So based on how old IGG was and how old I was, my account, which was 517 days. Pretty good, yeah, pretty good. I was given the very first few days a ton of 20 hour speed things like speed building things really cool. I forgot how they call it, and I got a ton of those. I have gotten a lot of gold, very much a lot of gold. That's what I use to upgrade my walls. Obviously, it would take longer than that. I also gained a lot of shards for Dinjin. And I got him to assassination. He is a great hero that not many people understand, and I will also talk about that in another video because there's so much to talk about. I just can't fit everything to one video. Guys, I got rated a lot. I'm telling you, I got rated a lot. Last time when I was at 20k flat, I believe. Yes, 20k flat. And this is what happened while you guys were gone. See, this just happened like last night, one day ago. I lost it. But the main idea of this is that I haven't lost a single defense. You should have seen it. It was insane. It was simply back to back, like literally. It was, if I had to count, 10 after this level 54 attack, 10 more after. 10 more before that. 10 more before that. It was all wins, just back to back, to the point where Team Misery on Amazon over here was kind of like getting irritated, like kind of jealous of how much I'm just winning these these defenses. And most of the time they just go right here, just attack dead in the center, and they just go in right here and they just get taken out. I had my landslide over here, just taunting them, and then from there from then after that, I got stronger, My towers, I didn't upgrade them. They were at level 11, and then they went turned the back. One of them actually got through and raided me. Clutch raided me. I lost. So far, it's been a month, and I've lost at least two. I have lost two of my raids out of my 10 to 20 raids. It was at 19, 20, 19 something, and I went all the way to up 20, 23 in just trophies. It just how much rating, just how much of a defense this base is doing pretty well. It's doing pretty well, and I really like it for that. Just I like to think it's really I really like it for that. So other thing that happened while I was gone. While I didn't while I was gone. I got I got kicked. I'm so serious. I got kicked. I got kicked from my old guild, Armed Forces. They said that they were tired of me talking. Just that. Literally, I know it's funny. They said they was mad at me because some kid. They were not mad at me, but a player or two in the game. And my guild said that they were tired of me saying stuff, just keep talking, and they're not used to, some people are just like that. There's some people just aren't used to the chatter, So they kicked me, and I am all invited back into the guild, but I'm helping these guys out for a bit while before I move on with my life from this guild. It's a very good guild. Come check it out. Very talkative compared to my other guild. Some guilds are just, if you like, we're comparing them. They're both really great guilds. Pros and cons. But for my taste of guild, I like to be very talkative and open. And it's just some people just aren't like that. They have communication skill, but just they simply aren't as as open, I would say. Not dissing anybody over here. Our heroes. What happened while I was gone with the heroes? You can already see there's a row of 87s and a row of 90 and a row of 109s. Yes, I know. In a row of 77s and nothing else. Well, I'm working on just those. I don't want to make Pengoli or my Chiron, whatever his name is. He's a really good hero. Still the biggest damage dealer in the game. I don't want to make them 110 because I feel like if they're 110, I'll get less attacked, and I want to be attacked so I can raise my trophies, because you all know that I don't really do the attack. I'm not much of a defensive player. I'm most of a not most of an offensive, but mostly of a defensive player, who uses tactics and traps against the enemy that they can't see. But when I have to raid, I will raid, and I believe that Carol Bell is the woman for it. After her Gemini and her Cancer, this is going to be it. This will simply be it. If you don't understand, I'm sorry, and you will have to wait till my next video. Next is Ambrosia, which I will touch on this episode. Ambrosia's special divine is insane. We will talk about Gemini, just Gemini for now. Increases damage of allied heroes by 10% and HP recovery by 10%. Also increases its attack range by 120%. Guys, that is insane already. That means that she can be right here, or right here, which is like between these two, the town hall and where she's at right now, the center of the map, and she can hit up to here. 120% is like up to here. I think that is like about perfectly what my base radius is. And it doesn't stop. No, it does not. It goes even further than that. Yes, it does. If you go even higher into 40-2, it is now 200%. Okay, That sounds insane. But you think that's enough, right? Nope. Aquarius increases damage low by 35% and recovery by HP recovery by 45. Also increases range by 300%. If your moth didn't drop by that, then I don't know what it would have to drop by. That means she can literally be in the center of the map and hit you anywhere. You can spawn at the very end of the map and she will hit you. She will be nuking them rockets, them explosions, them fire bombs at you. Whatever the wizard from Clash of Clans said, and just simply blowing your shiz off. And that will be enough to eliminate you. Because don't worry, don't forget, she cannot still use her special. So she keep on using that, attacking you from so far with a very high rate of attack, back to back, back to back, back to back, and also with that damage reduction, that health healing reduction, that's crippling abyss demon. So you guys need to really watch out for Ambrosia. If you were a hero to heal, for defense, to upgrade for defense, Ambrosia will be the probably be number one, and then you worry about everything else. But there's been a hero that's made for to counter her, which is called which not many people had been using, but now it is using. I've seen that in other videos that people talked about, which is Demon Slayer, and you can check out those guys channel. If you go around about Demon Slayer, you will see it. It'll pop up, and it's just because this guy technically like have changed that pulls 2 or 3 heroes from the center of the map and pull them to where Demon Slayer is. So then they're no longer from the protection of the walls, so they can be hit, and that can eliminate Ambrosia. Because if it's one thing, if you can, it's one thing you can't hit an enemy, but if the enemy you can't hit can't keep hitting you, there's only one end word to this. You're gonna have to die eventually. So that is what Ambrosia does, and Demon Slayer is meant to counter that. Play Ambrosia. I don't know how Ambrosia's a demon, but hey, we'll just have to go along with it. Next up is Dark Rider. I did some upgraded to Taurus. That's about it. And 21 in Executioner was 20. I went up so that you got those really sexy fire breathing little demons on the floor right there. Oh man, I love those. By far, those are probably my favorite looking troops in the game. They look so beast. And not many people know this, but Dark Rider probably has the best defense in the game. For defense, just straight defense, only defense of raid resource, he probably have the best. But get his Gemini. I can understand Gemini does great. It stuns when they deactivate, etc. But this is what kicks everything. It kicks everything apart. Divine Blood Aegis absorbs 50,000 damage for allied heroes for 20 seconds and deals 10,000 damage to nearby enemies, stunning them for 3 seconds when depleted. This means that when this happens, when with a click of a button, or when you have your your set attack formations and the auto battle login default setting where you want to put him at first. I'll do that right now. Him, when he goes first, anybody that attack and he gets a hit and he uses his divine, he will give everybody at least 50,000 more HP. 50,000, and you think that's just enough? That's not even it. No. When that 50,000 is over, when you hit that shield, just like every building in the game, when you hit that shield off of him, off those heroes that he's protecting, even if he's dead, when you get rid of those shields, they stun the enemies for 3 seconds. I can understand 2, I can understand 1, but 3, that is a very large leap. And you're not, and because you can in 3 seconds you can eliminate an abyss demon, You can get rid of those supports. That's not it. It just keeps, it gets better. Like, obviously it will. And here where it gets even better. Azor's 80,000. That double. 4 seconds. Wait, does it keep going? Yes, it does. 160,000 damage. Okay, by now we can pretty much understand what's going on. So Dark Rider is very, very much useful. Um, and Landslide, and not so much. He is a great thing, but he honestly, to me, I wouldn't consider Landslide a primary thing, rating and anything. You know, he is that secondary distract. Absorb. You know, he's like that wall, that unmovable wall that you're gonna have to go through eventually. You know, and this is what I do with him. You know, when I go into rating or etc. This bad boy is in the back. I don't have none so far. You know, free to play. Gotta keep my gems. You know, gotta be smart about it. Sorry guys. Let's go right here. But technically, what I'm saying is, you do not want to have Landslide the first thing out. You want to have him probably at your second, and then, like, if you have, this is if and only if you're using two tanks. You know, a two tank strategy. But if you're using only one, then you have to. You know, you kind of have to use only him. But then if you don't, then for rating, I suggest not Dark Rider, but Pounder. Pounder off first. Pounder and Dark Rider are very different but quite similar. Pounder is that hero that goes in there, you know, as a meat bag. You know, he just gets hit and suck up all the damage, and he's like a lone wolf that gets his ass whooped. And Dark Rider, he's like that leader type hero who like strategize. You know, that's like saying, you know, calm down for a second. Let's think about this. I will go in there, get some damage, and I will also give you some health, etc. And this is when Landslide works perfect for Pounder. You can have Pounder out, boom, you know, set him off right here on the side of my walls, and then my heroes go attack you. And then you have Landslide and the far back or anywhere around the base, you know, like right here, but far enough yet close enough to attract the enemy's team. Because, and then while you have it like that, you plot down the other heroes, so they're attacking whatever hero came out first, and then all the heroes comes out to attack that Pounder that's in front. And from there on, you drop down your Landslide on the back or right here, and then use his special. His special soak up all the damage. He pulls it away because it takes time for the heroes to walk. As they're walking, the heroes that you have already placed down are making way to break through the walls, following them throughout the base. You know, that's just what I use as a strategy. It may not make sense because I'm kind of going through the top of my head here how I do it. I hope I have a video, but most likely I don't, so I won't really go into that. That's just what I do. And another reason why you want to have I also want to talk about Pounder, not Landslide, not really now. It really is Divine. That's not really a buff, but we won't really get into that, but into another episode. Same thing with Dingy. Actually, not Dingy is actually a very, very great hero. Like Carol Bell, many people underestimate him. You know, Dark Rider, many people underestimate him. Until you actually sit down and think about it, you'll realize just how great of heroes they are. This is technically it for this episode, guys. I know I've been keeping you quite a while, you know, me and my gibberish talking, but I hope that you've learned something. That the point here is, just because they aren't considered top by many players, doesn't mean that they can't be used for something. They all have a specific job. I mean, unless you have like number one heroes, you know, like the way. I'm just kidding. Anyway, they all do. Every last one of them has a reason They were placed there, especially the epics. Epics specifically, and epics only that I'm talking for right this video. I have a point in. They all can be used very to their best advantage. You know, there are heroes that they may look like that they're good at one point at something, but that doesn't mean that they'll be good at everything else. You know, you got Battle Royale, you have Guild Clash, you have Hero Trials, you have Arena, you have so many options. If a hero works a certain part doesn't mean that they will work on the other part. No, it's not what it means. Just because the hero is brand new, just because the hero just came out, just because the hero is like it just came out from IGG etc. doesn't mean that it's a great hero for you. Your team depends on not just one hero. You cannot just rely on one hero to carry you through the entire game. You must compare their abilities and try to adjust depending on what the others. This is it, and next call.